Tall the moment he spotted me, his eyes lit up and his cool mask melted. Serena, you forgot? His voice sounded like a wronged puppy. I studied the stunning face. No way I'd forget someone this handsome. I shook my head. He drooped further, the cowlick on top of his head sagging like a wilted leaf. Suddenly he remembered something, fished in his pocket, and produced a bracelet. Then this must be yours, Serena. It was my bracelet. Grandma had pressed it into my hand before she passed. When I realized it was gone, I'd searched everywhere, but it had vanished. I figured it slipped off when I took that tumble. I'd gone back to look, still nothing. Probably scooped up by a stranger just when I'd given up. Here it was. I reached for it. He pulled back. What? I looked up. He caught my wrist instead and clasped the bracelet on me. This bracelet suits Serena perfectly. I laughed. Where did this college cutie learn lines like that? His cowlick bounced like his eyes. Bright and eager. Wait here. I chose a few fresh carnations and cappuccino roses. Trimmed the extra stems, cut a sheet of 2 size. And within minutes had a neat bouquet. Ellis, to you. I told the tall kid. The bracelet is from my grandma, means the world to me. Ellis, for bringing it back. Your grandma must have adored you. His voice dropped, tinged with loss. I figured he was thinking of his own grandmother. I walked him next door to the cafe. Ordered cake. Sugar fixes bad moods. This is my favorite. Try a bite. He spooned a taste. Crazy sweet. When I got home, Avery and Alex were waiting at my door, grocery bags in both hands. Alex is here too. Since I live alone, Avery usually drops by more often. I opened the door. They entered bickering. Avery says you've been craving my sweet and sour ribs, so we hit the market and we're gonna cook up a storm. Letting you cook is charity. My skills are 10 times better. I'm just lazy. Sure, you're the top chef. Both of them can cook. I can't even boil water without disaster. Once I tried and almost blew up the kitchen. Since then I'm banned. An hour later, fragrant dishes crowded the table. People who can cook turn steamed eggs into silk. Copycats like me follow the same steps and still botch it. After dinner, I pulled a small box from the nightstand drawer and handed it to Alex. Give this back to Adrian. He opened it. The engagement ring lay inside. Avery eyed it uneasily. You sure? You've loved him for years. Ready to let go? I rubbed my arm, lost in thought. I'm sure. I did love him, but I'm not in his heart. I was only the fallback. One call from Vivian and he runs. We fell quiet. Avery hugged me. If that's your decision, we're behind you. Right, Alex? She elbowed him. The 4 of us grew up together. This mess stings. Especially since Adrian and Alex are brothers. Alex straightened. Serena, what my brother did, I'm on your side, no question. After they left, I checked my phone. Aside from Avery and Alex, only Petal and the cafe had messaged. I stared at the contact pinned to the top. His spot for years. Time to evict him. I inhaled, pressed delete, and confirmed without hesitation. I bumped into Leah for the 3rd time at Riverdale University. I'd parked to admire the campus eye candy and to say hi to Dad. As I locked the car, a familiar voice rang out. Hey, Serena. Leah, long legs and all, wore a snapback cap. Total cool kid vibe. I'd come to soak up some youthful energy so I wouldn't fossilize. Fancy seeing you. I knew he was a student, just not that he went here. This is my alma mater. I was passing by. That makes me your senior. Say it, then. He turned obedient. Senior. Sweet voice, straight into my heart. His little cowlick wagged whenever he spoke. Adorable. College kids are magic. 2 minutes of chat and my mood skyrocketed. Had lunch. Senior will treat you. I used to live on the claypot rice. He ever tried it? Life-changing. I skipped lunch, my stomach's protesting. At the cafeteria I asked, which one? Serena, you pick. Trust your taste. 2 of these, boss. When the order arrived, the owner squinted. Hey, weren't you a regular? Look familiar. Yep, graduated but still dream about your rice. Had to come back. Haha, you Professor Vance's daughter? I nodded. Dad teaches here. I basically grew up on campus. I sat and asked Leah, ever taken Professor Vance's elective? His shoulders shook with silent laughter. His class is memorable. Impossible. Even his own daughter dozes off. Leah burst out laughing. He'll be heartbroken if he hears that. We wandered the grounds for ages. Since I graduated, they'd carved out a new lake on West Campus and stocked it with black swans. Nostalgia hit hard. The day would have been perfect if I hadn't run into Adrian at Meridian that night. He frowned. Serena, why so late? Just off work. Since I didn't bite his head off, he added, a woman alone this late isn't safe. Next time call me for a ride, noted. Usually I close Petal at 9, but inventory kept me. Walking home alone is sketchy. Anything could happen. Adrian stepped closer, grinning. Still mad? Add me back on WhatsApp. I stayed cold and walked past. He hurried after me. Let's talk when we get inside. I stopped. Pass. You coming to my place is inappropriate now. Say what you want here. What do you mean? We're getting married. I yawned. I said we're not. Besides, you threw the ring away. Alex had told me. The day he returned it, Adrian exploded, cursed, and hurled the ring into the bushes. Adrian seized my wrist. Enough with the tantrum. I'm here begging and you still play hard to get? His grip was iron. Pain shot up my arm. I struggled. Morgan. He wouldn't let go. I raised my other hand. Before the slap landed, he ducked, eyes wide. You were going to hit me? Looking at this handsome jerk, I wondered what I'd ever seen in him. What kind of garbage can't be slapped? You're really hurt? He noticed the bruises on my arm. Sorry, I thought you were faking. I was just so mad. I swear Vivian's only a friend now. I'd heard enough. I turned and walked away. He chased after me and grabbed me again. Serena, you're being harassment. There's a pervert. I yelled at the top of my lungs. A couple of passers-by hurried over. Adrian fled in panic. The next morning I was still in bed when my dad called. Sweetheart, still asleep? Your mom and I just made your favorite garlic butter shrimp. The moment I heard there was good food, I was wide awake. I'll be right over. Drive safe. I reached my parents' place just as lunch was ready. I smelled it before I stepped inside. Mom saw me walk in. Perfect timing. Dad and I are plating the last dish. Go wash up. After I scrubbed my hands, I stared at the spread, drooling. Mom scooped rice for me and handed me the bowl. How come Adrian didn't come with you? My chopsticks paused midair. I gave a soft I still didn't know how to tell them Adrian and I had broken up. Mom beamed. Margaret says you two are getting your marriage license. When's the big day? Want me to find a fortune teller for an auspicious date? My sister's friend's neighbor's cousin's uncle knows one. Dad thought she was over the top. Young people don't care about lucky days. They'll go when they're free. When I stayed silent, they asked, what's wrong, sweetheart? I thought a second, then decided to come clean. Adrian and I split up. Both of them froze. Mom frowned. What happened? I stayed quiet. You've loved that boy for years. We saw it. The wedding was finally on, and now you break up? Don't come crying later. They'd watched me trail after Adrian, willing to run any errand. I won't regret it. You stubborn child. Saying I won't regret it now doesn't prove anything. Dad chimed in. Couples fight. It's normal. Don't fling the word break up around. We watched Adrian grow up steady, good temper. What are you dramatizing about? I'm the one being dramatic. I knew they adored their future son-in-law, but I hadn't expected blame without questions. My throat stung. Through tears I shouted, rolled up my sleeve and showed the bruise on my arm. I'm not flinging anything. He's trashed your timing with his ex-girlfriend days before the wedding. When I confronted him, he shoved me. Look at my arm. Am I supposed to stay? Ignoring their calls, I ran out. I sat in the driver's seat, blank, with no idea where to go. I planted myself on a park bench, staring at nothing. Serena? I blinked. A pair of long legs first, then a familiar face. Leah? Leah's brows were whereupon face dark. Serena, you've been crying. Who hurt you? My parents. His frown twitched. What happened? He sat beside me and drew me in, patting my back gently. I wept silently against his chest. After a while he spoke, voice low, edged with sunset. Serena, marry me? I lifted my teary gaze. Everything was a blur. I felt him lean closer, breath by breath, slowly, gradually. Hot exhales brushed my forehead. Where he kissed began to burn, as though branded into my skin. Impulse is a demon. In front of the county clerk's office, the cold wind slapped me awake. I still asked, have you thought this through? You won't regret it? He's a Riverdale University undergrad. Maybe he's never even dated. Rowan top credentials, marrying an older woman on impulse. If he regrets it next month, I won't have the strength to face his resentment. But he, eyes steady and gentle, said, never. So we filed the papers. Youth doesn't need an auspicious hour, a few minutes, 0 fees. And the red booklet was in my hand. These days getting married really is